keeps it pretty close to the tunic. I'm kind of a fan of the classic myself, but there's some good calls into other games. All right, hard piece in Link's house. And did Pachu check the chest?
I don't think so.
Oh my. Well, that's our first interesting trick. Oh, just going for the whole hand. Hope you're back in Sank for something in a minute. Big 20. There you go, that's one. Alright, we'll see our top two runners go for the very fortunate magic drop on Jenja's side. Using that sign to make the kill so get this tree pool. 20 rupees, not bad at this point in the race. We're gonna have to get to that bottle vendor, so.
Yeah, they'll probably do it again if they go from Sanctuary up to the North Hyrule area by
Indeed. As we're seeing Mystakin do now. And it's also the motive for Pachu to be doing this hula hand play now.
Starting off with the most useless key in the game, it's nice.
Indeed. So the secret passage, it was a Mire small key. Yeah, you can pretty much route that dungeon any which way with just the keys that are on the floor.
Compass in the dark woods. Oh, you cursed him.
Big 20s everywhere. But Wef Jebster pointing out, I guess the Hoarder was dropping fairies. That's fantastic.
You don't see that every day.
Yeah, no. And I missed it when Mystakin was in there. Alu was too quick. Oh, big 20. Of course. Big 20 on the lumberjack ledge.
You've absolutely doomed him.
Yeah.
Although early rupees are generally favorable, so.
Yeah, as long as they get them out of the way now, right?
Yeah. Rupees and compasses.
Yup. And there's Bombos in Blind's Hut. I'd say that's our first important trackable item.
Early pod key. Mystakin doesn't have bombs, so he's gonna leave this Thieves' Hut bombable location behind.
Yeah, those pod keys obviously always had a premium. There's 6 of them, and they, well, that's just a complicated dungeon. We'll leave it at that. Swamp small key. Great early find. Some bombs.
Oh, bombs pickup. That's really nice.
Yeah, and just in time for this. And the castle tower key.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to see aggro required. I don't think I've seen a early aggro required in Keysanity. It's pretty rare.
Oh, the shovel was on the bar bag. And we've got Alu making what... It's not a terrible move, it's just we know there's bombs in the well.
Yeah, it's tough to just jump down there and cross your fingers.
Right. Especially when you enter from the south, so... Jenja doing the same, so for what it's worth in their matchup, a null factor.
Good thing Mystakin went back to the Thieves' Hut with his bombs. He found silver arrows.
Wow. Also interesting, both of our top guys coming from the south, finding that shovel, which would have probably routed more favorably within north entry. Mystakin really wanting to make sure he's lined up with the wall. Just takes that bomb on the chin to get in there.
Rarity's Best Pony asking about the records. We got 2-0 on the bottom and 1-1 on the top.
That is correct. Well, I guess it's just as well, too, on all the bomb talk. Both of our bottom runners wanting to stock up.
Yeah, you need about 10 bombs to get through the entire early game safely. And more if you have to use them to kill things.
Yeah, especially mini Moldorm without a permanent weapon can be a bit of a struggle. Power Glove off the bottle vendor. I believe that's the first we've seen that.
Yeah, I watched somebody with over 100 rupees walk right by him.
Oof.
Probably to purchase bombs and come back later.
Yeah, I guess the bombs are probably more valuable at that point. You got more potential items. Now that we know what we're looking at there, definitely want to see these guys get the rupees back.
Yeah, I'd pay 100 rupees for Power Glove every seed.
Yeah. And vanilla here at the race game.
Yeah. Keysanity, usually it's beneficial to just gamble that, but didn't pay off this time.
Yeah. With so many more items available in the overworld and all those keys, kind of just need to go get it. Alright, Mistake is gonna show us what's laying in the ground here. It doesn't even let it bounce. Oop, heart piece. So while our other three runners are kind of finishing up the village play, we're into New Frontier with Mystakin. 5 items hopefully coming their way, as they're going to put those purchased bombs to work on those mini Moldorms.
Mystakin's skipping Dam. I don't know if he's hoping to do that with an early swamp play later on, or when he's going to route that back in.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what that holds, because I don't think all of our players are going to elect to do that. But perhaps Mystakin is also of the ilk to do a Nagina play early.
Right.
In either case, an absolute pro with these bombs. GT small. Earning a 4th heart piece. Ah, yeah.
This is a rough early game, and he didn't pick up the glove either, so it looks even worse from his perspective.
Right.
In fact, it looks like he's going back to the dam.
It's a good move. At least before forgetting. And then we'll see what item combination it takes to get him to check Ice Rock Cave eventually. Meanwhile, Glove going to work for Alu. We're going to see what's in the back of the scape.
I saw a pod small key on Jenja's side. I didn't see the first chest. It was 50.
Oh, had already been there.
He just completed it.
Gotcha.
There's another 20 for Pachu in the dam.
And the lamp here in the Sagi item. It's a good thing Mystakin turned around, I guess.
Yeah. And you were right. He does like the early Agina play.
Ah. Another one of those plays. I feel like because of the number of things in the overworld, these sort of out of the way Sphere Zero plays can be more valuable now, but then they're probably just that much more frustrating when they don't pay out.
Yeah, if he picks up Book or Flute or something soon, he's gonna regret it, but it's not likely.
Just a compass.
So he's coming back out, I guess, maybe just to check ledge. Hopefully he's not planning on walking all the way to Ice Ride Cave from here.
That'd be an interesting play, I'll say. And just bombs on the ledge. For that price, I'd say the info's worth it.
Elo's got to be a little careful with his bomb count here.
Almost sneaking the double. Looks like we're getting Ice Rod from 2 of our runners and a trip to Eastern. So we'll see what is here past all of those dangerous crabs. Green pendant is Desert Palace, we learn. As a heart container comes out of Ice Rock Cave. Ooh, big money here. Whoa!
700 rupees.
I spoke too soon even to say big. Yeesh. Alright, so that's rupees for the game.
What kind of life has that guy lived to have that in his bag?
It's a Hosterless 401k. Alucard living dangerously out by Ice Rock Cave.
We haven't had any maps yet, so they have no intel here so far.
Right, just the Sahasrara talk, but for pendants, well, might end up worth it, who knows.
Yeah, Desert's actually one of my preferred green pendant dungeons.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy if you just need to go get that item. It's relatively quick kill.
Absolutely. And all the better if you can take the back door in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far just adding to the rupee train in Eastern. Where it would seem all of our runners are about to converge. Tower Harrow map.
Yeah, that'll be nice to know. Especially if they get a mirror. They'll know.
Yeah, because they can get up to the mountain now.
The runners are colluding with the commentators and the trackers by all hanging out in the same place.
Yeah, and I wonder with this incredible influx of rupees and the glove early, which of our runners is going to think Zora? I know you normally like to wait to be able to get more items up that way, but sometimes Seed just is having none of that.
I'll likely try to wait for the Moon Pearl and then fake Flipper to get the most out of that route. And the logic doesn't really consider rupees for Zora, so
right.
It may trick them into thinking they need to go there, but
yeah. So we'll see just what is offered there. And there are the flippers.
yeah.
Flippers out of Eastern, so
Yeah, now it's really a good idea to do it. Now they can just go down there and do everything.
Yeah, I would be surprised if Mystakin is not doing that now.
It's kind of unfortunate. It's drawing him further and further away from checking Bottle Vendor.
Right. And there's Fire Rod on the Hylia Island. Right next to Ice Palace, so we'll see. They already have Bombos, so with the other requisite item in the midst.
I love seeing things on Lake Hylia Island because you know you're going to have to get the mirror sooner rather than later, and the mirror just makes routing that much easier.
Absolutely. And there's a book. All right.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I like to hold off Agina. Because now
Right.
you're walking over there anyway, most likely.
And the flute on the Zora ledge.
Incredible.
Wow. Started off not really stingy. We had the glove and the lamp pretty quick, but not the most flowing seed. And now we're just kind of dumping the whole thing out. Just 10% back on that big pile of rubies.
So annoying.
Yeah. But flute and book aren't bad.
Yeah, unfortunately, those items don't really go together.
Right. They're actually kind of opposites for certain plays.
Why can't that book be a hookshot?
Yeah, hookshot's pretty rad. But what about bookshot? I'm not even sure how that works. We'll see Alu heading up for Hobo. Probably finishing the same way these other runners are going.
Yeah, so far it's pretty obvious. They're just following the items they're getting and getting paid off for it, so they'll probably continue to do that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it looks like Mystakin's going back for that bottle vendor.
Yeah. Gonna get that power glove, gonna set them on a path.
Oh,
and activating the flute, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't forget.
Yeah. Oh, looks like he's got it. Good stuff. At this point, all he needs is the bottle, and they can just forget about Kakariko.
So it looks like their options right now, continue following logic, could be just enter desert or go right up to Death Mountain.
Yeah. Three of our runners are marked for mitts. What did I miss? Oh, Hobo had mitts. I missed it 3 times. Okay, shame on me, and thank you to our tracker, D2 Kemps, along with the lane. Yeesh.
Oh, I thought Mystakin had already checked it, so I assumed it was nothing.
You're right. So, alright, now you've got 2 ways into desert. That seems at least pointed.
I still need the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking about the mirror, so I
Yeah.
distracted you.
Well, now that we got all the good stuff like the mitts out of the way, I'll pay attention, huh? Pardon me for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd like to go up to Death Mountain first. But I don't know, I maybe check Desert to see if there's anything that can really expand what you can do in Death Mountain. It looks like Jenja is just gonna walk up there. I actually don't know if this is this the faster way to do Old Man? I've never actually timed this out. Is it faster to flute up and go grab him that way, or just to walk up there?
To tell you the truth, I'm not honestly sure. But
I guess he was coming from Kakariko, so maybe that makes it faster.
yeah, I think it's probably circumstantial that way. And the old man got lost, even with the compass, so, I don't know. Take that for what you will.
Yeah, there's got to be one glue item that's supposed to kind of put everything together that they just haven't gotten yet.
Yep.
Because everything's just kind of sporadic.
Map on Spec Rock. The bow in Spec Rock.
Nice.
Yeah, and as Wef Jebster points out, it's our first real weapon. Arrows are expendable, but at least it's a little easier to come by than magic and something they can use anyway.
Yeah, bow and silver arrows early is really nice.
Yeah.
Especially in Light World, or once you get to Dark World, it's even better than Fighter Sword, probably.
Absolutely. And with that possibility there, as soon as we get the Moon Pearl, we may be seeing some early but decent Vitreous.
Yeah, we're getting there.
We need a sword and a right medallion.
No big keys yet. Oh, and the boots!
All right. They're in desert, so let's see what's on the torch.
Nothing.
Alucard expressing his frustration here.
And the number of keys is frankly disturbing. Because they're just getting all these items, but they can't do anything.
Right. So it's gonna be like, get Moon Pearl, go to Pod, I guess? Like, I don't even know at this point.
It's gonna be a lot of double and triple dipping, I'm guessing.
So far. Pachu gonna put those boots to work. Checking these here bonk rocks.
Yeah, and they got King's Tomb access too.
Indeed. Just another 20 rupees there. I'm mistaken. Taking that bow to the dungeon of Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, this is the first Hyrule Castle check. A little late, but understandable based on what they've gotten so far.
Yeah. With the bow being the first viable weapon for this. And the Moon Pearl here in King's Tomb for Pachu. That is huge.
Access. You can do quite a bit of Overworld, West Dark World stuff with what he's got, so I'm imagining that's going to be his first stop.
Yeah, with the mitts, in particular in the combo of that Skull Woods area access, the Overworld just got gigantic.
It's another pod key. I want to say it's the third one we've seen.
I think so.
So bow plus those keys and the lamp. Kinda telling him to go that way. Unfortunately, there's no quick way over there.
Right, it would be enter Dark World via village, walk real far.
Yeah, and they gotta flip her over, and yeah.
Yeah.
And without the mirror, they're not routing in anything on the way.
Right. And our Skull Woods map here at the treasure game.
We'll
and
see
that is Crystal 6 at Skull Woods.
Good to know. Well, it's kind of a waste of a map since they can just talk to the bomb vendor.
That's true.
Well, we'll see if they put off even touching Skullwood since they know where the fire rod is.
Yeah, that's probably the way that one's gonna go. It would be something crazy if the mirror ends up here, along with our first sword for Jenja.
Pachu got the small key to desert, so that gives them access to 2 chests in there.
And there goes the first of our double dips. Oh man, the info is rolling in now. I saw somebody call the Hera Big Key, and I'm guessing I was out of Skull Woods then?
I saw a sword.
Yeah.
But not... I didn't see the big key. It looks like that. That's what it is.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got complacent. They were all doing the same thing, and now they're all doing different things.
Right. We got a lot of info here. So do bear with us. Turtle Rock Key in Thieves Town. Another dungeon requiring many. Oh, there's Tower Hierarchy, confirmed by chat. Thank you, Silik.
So based on the trackers, no one checked their Light World map, even though I think they got the Hera map.
They did. Jenja gonna do this from the long way. Lacking the Cane of Samaria. And the big key of Turtle Rock, also in Skullwoods.
Keys are finally starting to come in.
Yeah.
That mirror is really the big item, though. It's gonna give
absolutely. That's gonna. Yeah, it's gonna pop it open.
Yeah.
That and of course Hammer, one of our ever required items. At least gonna speed the thing up a bit. Right now, this Dark World access is. It's there, but you'd almost rather not have it.
Yeah, the best play right now seems to be Ice Palace, unfortunately.
Right, and that's...
They can't finish it without the hammer, but...
Yeah, Ice by way of Skull to get that sword. And who knows, maybe it's first chest Ice for the hammer.
Oh, that's always nice.
Yeah, or just, you know, a key to go somewhere else.
I'm always just suspicious of early mitts.
Right? It's,
So it's either the mitts are going to lead to something important, or that hammer is just in a super trolly spot.
Right. Let's see, well, Crystal 6 at Skullwoods, and then it could be in Thieves Town if we get the keys for it. But then the mirror has to pop up for a legendary Pyramid Fairy hammer.
That's probably the worst place for it to be.
Yeah, meanwhile, a small key on the Bumper Cave ledge, so one to keep in the back of your mind for when the cape pops up. Yeah, as the runners kind of coalesce it once more into each other's paths. We're just waiting on a breakthrough, and for Alucard to get back up the Spectacle Rock yet. Although I guess Pachu has not been there either.
Wow, they just have so many options right now. They can go dip into Mire, most likely.
Yeah.
Pod, they've got keys for Pod. They can go into Ice. Yeah, I'd say if Bombos is from Mire, that's probably the best place to start.
Yeah, that dungeon not so valuable in normal randomizer, but a surprising number of item locations when you factor out the dungeon items. Meanwhile, digging game going on for Jenja. I imagine they'll make the trip back up into the Smith and the Purple Chest and all that if I hadn't missed the first part of it.
Yeah, another pod key. It's kind of signaling them pretty hard to go there.
Yeah, and as we were saying, you can take a trip across the pond.
Yeah, it's just such a long walk with nothing to route in.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess that was on purpose by Alu's leaving. Jenja going world tour. Or at least a hype cave.
Yeah, it's another location that takes forever to get to, so...
Yep.
Anywhere near it, he's got to check it now. We're gonna find out what the other bonus crystal is.
Alright. Eastern Palace. Well, how about it?
So they might delay them on doing pod if they want to get Eastern done at the same time. They still need a mirror and a big key, though.
Right. And the randomizer cares not for your convenience. But we'll see what happens. Alright. Rupees to start off Hype Cave. If there's been a prevalent item ever. A pod key. A Skull Woods key. And again, the Sour Small key.
It's about, I'll give it a 1.5 out of 10 on the height meter.
Yeah. It's a lot of potential hype if that pod key is good for something. But then how are you gonna know which one it was and all that?
Yeah, so is that 5 pod keys?
It's either 4 or 5 at this point.
I think Jenya missed one that someone else got.
Right. But at this point, the seed is all but begging them with the dearth of keys, but lack of hammer and big key. Yeah, with 2 GT small keys now, there's not even a sidearm on that route at the end of this run. As we drop off the frog, we get 50 more rupees.
Always hurts when he gives you nothing and you didn't have the mirror because it took so much effort.
Right.
So I like the play Jenya's making here. He's going to check Mire. If he doesn't get anything, he's likely going to route all the way over to Catfish and Pod and Pyramid.
Oh, I missed the check. And
it was Bombos.
It was, oh boy. And a bottle. Our first, and it has a fairy.
And he's not going in.
Huh. Well.
Wow.
I mean, I guess it's a longish trip into the dungeon. And maybe he's thinking of other places he can go.
Or he's changed his mind, he's going back? Maybe he's gonna do that Desert Palace small key.
Oh, it's true. He did pick that up. And I didn't realize custom prayer animations until just now as the sprite cast a spell from the Book of Medora.
This seed is not letting them route anything convenient.
Yeah, it really is just the, alright, do this piece, do that piece.
I mean, we're not even close to having a dungeon getting completed 33 minutes in. Mostly courtesy of the hammer.
Yeah. And there's Ice Rod.
It's nice to get out of the way, because Ice Rod seeds for Go Mode are one of the worst.
Oh, yeah. And we're getting a very remote location checked here by Alucard. Gonna bring his frog to meet the fish. Have himself a little... What's that?
So did he come across North Dark World?
I believe so. Or he might have went swimming and took a portal.
I don't know if he doesn't do pod now, which I don't think he is. He's gonna walk all the way over to pod.
He's got the frog in tow. And, yeah. And that'll prevent him from taking that door. Meanwhile, we got the, well, 2 of our partners. One we've already seen in the old man, but our purple chest gonna get unlocked in a sec. Here on Mystakin screen. Alright, and a quick stop back to Kakariko for...
Sick kid.
Yeah, for Sick Kid, as I missed what was in the purple chest. But trusting our tracker, it was nothing worth.
Master Sword, nice. Probably feels a lot better about going into Misery Mire now.
Yeah, it's true. That is one of the things about Mire, is those enemies do hit a little harder. And you want to hit back.
Jenya left Hyrule Castle behind, so he's going to clean that up.
We keep counting on that plate of Mire, but I think I'm done on that.
I'm thinking Mire and Pod are the two big locations they got to eventually get to.
Yeah, and we're still sitting on Ice Palace as well, so we'll see. This is going to be
that's likely going to be
up in
put
the
off
air
until they get the hammer, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Unless it's in there.
Unless it's in there, yep.
But they're going to put it off as long as possible, because once they get hammer, they can fully clear it if they can navigate without the hookshot.
Indeed.
Jenya death warping, but unfortunately this game has given them a ton of hearts early.
Right. It's almost not even worth.
Which is, I think, actually abnormal for Keysanity, because it's got to distribute keys and compasses and maps and such in the early game. But it hasn't really been doing that.
Right, yeah. And chat pointing out, second castle tower key here.
Yep.
With that Master Sword available, in theory those two castle tower chests are in play. In fact, might be on Yenja's menu just now. Even with the one, he should be able to get both items, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Aga is definitely not required.
Yeah.
We do have East Dark World access, and Lumberjack was a bust. I know access to East Dark World sucks, but it's still better than doing Aga.
Absolutely.
Well, I think this is where Jenny's going to pick up a pod small key that he missed. I believe. I think this is where the fifth one is.
I think there's definitely one in here.
In 5, they can fully clear the dungeon once they get the hammer. They just need big key.
Party at the castle, and in Mystakin's corner, I think he's making that trip over to Pod. Question in chat, where was the Bottle Desert Palace? And it contains a fairy.
In fact, I think that's why Jenya actually stopped trying to death warp.
Oh, yeah. Avoided the probably obligatory inclusion in a blooper reel.
Yeah, it feels bad. So Mystakin is making a great play, I think. He's going into Pod.
I'll say it's
missing keys, but
yeah, a strong play statistically.
I think the only downside of this play is if there's actually something in either Vanilla Big Key or Harmless Hellway, because he's probably not going to get both of those.
Right. We are going to see the top of the castle from Yenja. Baiting him out with the pokes, and very nice double spin move there. As Alan makes another death warp.
Ugh, 20 rupees. The curse continues.
Indeed.
The problem is the 20 rupee curse follows you from seed to seed to seed.
There's a big key for Misery Mire. Interesting.
I gotta go there. No cane, but
Yeah, we are a cane away from Big 20.
Cane only locks you out of one item, so
Right.
as you can already tell, they're double dipping and triple dipping everything in this seed. So
Yeah.
out of the way.
Seems like that's been the most valuable thing out of Pod so far. We're finally gonna have all 4 players with the bow as Alu finally makes the trip. Meanwhile, Pachu casting a bombos, and we're gonna check out Mire.
Excellent.
Yeah. It'll only remain to be seen if that big chest holds anything that would have been beneficial early elsewhere. On having none of the Wizrobe's business.
Swagnet for Mystakin.
Oh, nice. Here out of Pod.
Already worth to come here.
Oh, totally. And stocking up on rupees. Looking for potions later and one more for the road. Thanks, Horseshoe. Just rupees for Pachu out of Mire so far.
Oh, there it is. The hammer.
They're in Pod.
Wow.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
That opens up a lot.
Yes, it does. Whew.
So yeah, with hammer, it looks like maybe ice
Yeah,
would be the
could
next
get
logical
ice.
place to go.
Certainly completable at this point.
This gives them access to East Death Mountain as well. No, it doesn't.
No, not yet.
And a mirror.
Yeah, no mirror, or if we got the hookshot in its stead. Yeah, Pod with, I think, 14 locations in it is almost obligated to hold something of value. And having to use the lamp on the torch puzzle here.
And Mire hasn't had anything yet, unless I missed it.
Nah, nothing worth noting on the tracker, it seems.
The less I see in Mire, the more I'm worried that the true value is in the big chest or on Vitreous.
Right. And we've got Mystakin. Oh, taking advantage of the same glitch that wanted to do on the bomb jump. In order to not fall off at the end of the bridge. At this point, Pachu the odd one out, as Jenja and Alucard have made their way to the Palace of Darkness now. Mystakin getting that bomb jump on the next try. Nice work. Tower of Hera, small key.
And once they can get there, they can fully complete it.
Yeah. And some bombs, because you bomb jumped. Not that it's required.
So if there's value in Mire, it's locked behind that big key and maybe the cane.
Yeah, that's how that one's looking. We'll see where Pachu's off to next. As they, right behind Mystakin, take another warp into the Dark World here by Skull Woods.
Yeah, not having the mirror is really tough in Pod because you want to keep coming back to the beginning.
Right. With the astronomical health.
Yeah, at least they have green mail still, right?
Right, able to take the hits when they want to. Meanwhile, getting some hammer dashes on the hammer pegs here. Feels good.
It's the first one to clear out some of these hammer locations.
Just a hard piece, but well received and just in time for an upgrade.
So I'm guessing Pachi's doing the route I was talking about earlier, where he's going to do North Dark World over to Catfish, down to Pyramid, and into Pod.
It would appear, and I say it's a good route. Is Alu going from bow to hammer quicker than anyone else? If only for the delay on bow. And as predicted,
a key.
Oh yeah, interesting.
The keys are plentiful. I don't know if that's gonna hurt him.
Right, and it's probably sensed that from the seed, or at the very least been aware of his own count. As Pachu continues on that route you predicted. At this point, still not a lot of info about dungeon prizes.
Are we gonna have a dungeon completed before the 1 hour mark?
At this rate, only if the mirror pops up very soon, or if the Desert Palace big key pops up very soon.
Alright, so Mystakin taking his Mire big key over to Misery Mire.
We'll get that bit of new information.
It's also interesting to note that Jenja is still the only one with Master Sword. It's going to give him a slight advantage in just clearing areas.
You know, I neglected to write that down. Do you recall where that second sword upgrade was?
Sick Kid.
Right, thank you.
So the fact that it's so accessible is going to be painful when people eventually do check it.
Yeah. Although stingy with the bottles, the seed has been.
So if Mystakin finds Vanilla Cane, does he create with this equipment?
Yes. You have silvers, you go do it.
He's only got 11.
Well, that's true. I think there's about that many eyeballs.
Yeah, don't miss.
Oh man, yeah. I'm trying to think, is it 10 eyeballs and then 2 shots on Vidi? You'd have to be perfect and then still finish up with the hammer or sword.
I think it's 8 eyeballs.
Oh,
So
man.
it's got 1 extra.
Right. Well,
Now
ain't
Alucard
true if
making
you
the
get
ice
there.
play, which I like.
Absolutely. Got that bomb so you can get in. At the very least, you got the boots to contend with the ice physics. I'd say that's the real final boss.
Yeah, if he is confident with the hammer, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. And an Ice Palace key in Ice Palace.
Nice.
Okay.
It does make 1 key does make routing this a little bit easier, so I'm sure he's not too upset.
Yeah. Of all the things to find here in your current state, seems good. Looks like Jenya's gonna be right behind. Oh, and I think Pachu had meant to Death Warp and had a fairy. But of course.
So Jenja and Alucard must be really hoping for Kane, so they can really complete Misery Mire.
Right.
Like you said earlier, the seed's not going to be kind.
Doesn't seem like it. Now, has Mystakin gone to the big chest?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, okay. And Alucard whizzing by the bomb jump, as one would expect him to. Alu wanting nothing to do with the Pengators. We'll take some bombs as spoils and move on with it. And putting that key to work, as you said, making this a bit easier to do.
And technically this area is out of logic. They do not have invulnerability items or the hookshot.
Right. And the Desert Palace big key.
There's a payoff.
Yep.
That'll essentially unlock 3 items for them since it's green pendant.
Right. Yeah, you got a big chest, our boss prize, and who knows, maybe a surprise 999 rupee, the way Sahasrara was rolling earlier.
Yeah.
The GT small.
The mirror in the big chest in Mire.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Pachu.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. It seemed like it's going to be down to that.
Oh, no. I mean, without Hookshot right now, that mirror is huge.
Mm-hmm. Because here we go up to Hera.
Yep.
And for how short this dungeon is, we might end up getting in before the hour.
Unfortunately for Mystakin, he still hasn't picked up his Master Sword, so he will be unable to route in an Ether Tablet.
All right. Yeah, with these guys focused on getting into dungeons, which is certainly smart. They're putting off the play back to the village to pick up that sword, so... Just bombs there in the basement. And it looks like a fair number more keys for Ice Palace here in Ice Palace. Or I guess some of them are on the floor. Never mind.
This will be our first Terra basement check after
Yep.
a short break.
Yeah, electing to do this early, I guess. That way, once the boss is done, you can just get out. Meanwhile, Alucard wants a piece of that cold stare.
Yeah, we'll see how he handles this with fighter sword, hammer, no fire rod.
The Cane of Burna in the basement, the Hera. Looks like Alucard wants to do fighter sword spins.
Yeah, this is the safest, but it's going to take a while.
Absolutely. The hitbox on the hammer being quite a bit smaller, but dealing plenty more damage. But not to be outdone by a Cold Stare themselves, I guess. Who will hit you like a truck, as they expect you to have the blue mail normally when you fight this in the game.
Jenja's going to have a little bit easier time here. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes this first.
At this rate, yeah. And by no fault of Alu's, it's just, you give a guy better equipment. Oh!
I hope he's got a fairy.
Oh no!
He doesn't. So he's not going to finish this before Alucard.
Well, yeah, or not the proper way.
And he's just bailing.
Yeah, jeez.
So this could be a huge difference in this race here, depending on what Cold Stare drops.
Yeah.
Could be a pendant, and he could have 5 rupees.
Right, it could end up being a lifesaver for him, really.
Yeah, faster just to die and leave.
Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying, hits like a truck with that green mail. 4 whole hearts. Yeah, right. As we get another display of that power.
I hope you guys like boss fight music.
Yeah, I mean...
Hera is a pendant.
And I didn't see what the boss's prize itself was. There's 2 puffs for Alu. Distributing the pain quite evenly. Gets all 3 of them down at about the same time.
Oh no!
Compass.
At least it's a crystal.
Indeed. Alright.
And
Well,
cashing in that desert big key for rupees.
Alright, so that's a crystal up that Alucard's gonna be. And that's, even with the bomb jump and everything else, it's not a slow... Oh?
Yeah, sub 1 hour crystal. We got it.
Oh yeah, we did. Hype.
So at this pace, we'll be done in 7 or 8 hours. Buckle up.
Yeah, how about it? And, Jenja nailing that key dash there. Able to get through the door without bonking by being on the right pixel.
I think this is our first Paradox Cave check.
It is, and I missed the bottom, but looks like nada. Turtle Rock key, another bottle.
Maybe that'll signal him to go to Sick Kid.
The sword. And ooh, wow. Alright, so that was Quake. Our third sword upgrade. And a Turtle Rock small key. Oh, the bottle. So now we got B strats when whenever we go get that fire rod and fight Mothula.
I'm guessing TR is probably going to be that Quake that he picked up, or maybe Bombos. Seems like it's pointing him there. They're just missing Kane.
Right. And the green pennant retrieved for Jenya, along with 3 bombs. We get just over an hour, another boss down.
Actually, now that I think about it, I'm surprised Mystakin didn't pick up Fire Rod before coming up here. Hopefully he hasn't forgotten.
And immediately, Jenya wants to get that green pendant turned in, but of course. As we'll check the, Mystakin's gonna carry the skull all the way to the door.
Just a
having
skull
picked it
with
up by
big
accident. Could be worth depending on just that chest. Skullwoods, of course, being one of the dungeons you can get to the boss without it. Map of Thieves Town and the bonk chest of Hookshot Cave. Another bottle here on the Death Mountain Island that I missed.
Mystakin's third clue that he needs to go check Sick Kid.
Indeed. We see Thieves Town is a crystal on that quick map check from Mystakin. And a 10 arrow upgrade there for the Skullwoods big key. But Jenya at least having the peace of mind of a closed off item chain, if nothing else.
Yeah, he's probably got to make that Mire play. I'm not sure what else he's leaving hanging.
Right, lacking that mirror in that big chest. And we got double bombos for dungeon entry. Well, I guess triple, even if you count IP in there.
I like, if he goes in, I like it, but it's too bad he didn't pick up that fire rod.
Yeah, well, without the Cane of Samaria.
Okay, he's not going in yet.
I know, I always
Yeah.
love that early Turtle Rock play, though. Because it's another dungeon with, like, just too many chests, and so you're like, alright, well, if I gotta double this, it means the other guy did too, usually.
Yeah, he's probably gonna go check out that Ether Tablet now that he's got Master Sword.
Oh yeah, how about that?
Forget about this.
Yeah, nice bit of routing here.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he did Spike Cave after this.
Yeah, having everything he needs for it. Big 20. Guess who? Instead, we'll see a flute. But it looks like Jenya's gonna go it.
Yeah, Mystakin's probably going to the next logical location, which is likely Swamp. Even though it doesn't have Hookshot.
Yeah, there's a pretty good number of chests that you can get through in here anyway. And with that early key, it's it always seems pretty reasonable. Oh!
Never mind.
Well, yeah. Oh, is it back to Pod?
Oh, he's getting the fire rod.
Oh, of course. We were just talking about how we thought he should have gotten it earlier, perhaps.
He heard me.
Yeah, it's so nice to have the hammer, have Dark World access to pretty much any place you can ask for it now. tempered sword for Mystakin. At the same time as Alu, how about that for sync? Well, I guess for him it was Master.
So I'm curious to see what Mystakin's gonna do. Probably finish up Skull Woods.
Yeah, after picking up that fire rod off the Lake Hylia Island. It's about as good a play as one could get, especially with the knowledge of Crystal.
If he's trying to follow the logic, he'll probably look for something here, fire rod locked. And if there's nothing, maybe he'll just... He can't go for tier, he doesn't have cane. I don't know. Gotta go into swamp, I guess.
Yeah, it really seems like swamp could be the next big play. We're still missing that big key for Eastern, which we know to be one of the other crystals. Yeah, and still not quite of the information to have all of the prizes figured out.
And Jenja is gonna pick up his mirror here.
That'll be a great boon.
Alucard looking to follow him.
Yep. And Mystakin getting the lucky magic drop before using that fire rod to enter Skull Woods. And there's our third medallion. We know it won't be of use unless elected, but...
So Jenja's got a slight lead in routing, but he did die to Cold Stare. Alucard did pick up that crystal.
Right.
So I'd say Alucard's got a slight lead.
Yeah, the trip back into Ice Palace when it's just for the boss is kind of categorically way more expensive than, say, if you would have gotten to go mode that. Not that it was necessarily an option in this seed.
It's only going to be beneficial if Jenja maybe finds the IP big key and there's something in that big chest.
True story. I'm Mystakin, gonna have to be careful here. It has a green potion.
Yeah, Pachu's in a tight spot also.
Yeah.
He just used his potion.
Yeah, gonna have to be a green potion and Cane of Burna here to try to get in on Mothula. And also got the bee out, taking every advantage they can get. They're very low on health, and they get it done. A great resourcefulness to finish that fight off.
Right before he runs out of magic.
Exactly. And the bee giving a little party dance to celebrate. Yeah, that's what I like to see, getting it done no matter what it takes. And with this book in hand and a mirror, get your hype up, because we're gonna find out what's on the pedestal. Oh, just 3 bombs. And there it goes. All the hype, all at once.
It's all dead.
Yup.
Did Pachu die to Cold Stare? Yeah, I think he did.
Oh, yeah.
So Cold Stare is 2-1.
Yeah.
Greg's.
Yeah, the coldest of stairs. And Mystakin, I guess, having maybe forgotten or missed the lumberjack earlier, going to find that big 20 there. But yeah, lacking the Cane of Samaria, these guys are gonna be out of Mire in just a moment. Jenya out and gonna go to Checkerboard Cave. I think this will be the first we see of it.
So
just triple boom. All right.
I think Jenya's gonna make that Hera play. Now that he's got the mirror.
Yeah.
And then he'll be able to go over to East Death Mountain.
Oh. Pump fake and we're doing something else.
Maybe Swamp?
Perhaps.
And there was really nothing in Hera or East Death Mountain other than a sword upgrade and some bottles.
Right. Ooh, Mystakin taking the beating from the Dactos.
Yeah, those guys do 2 hearts of damage to Greemail, and it's pretty brutal.
Yeah. But I mean, in that region, hard to avoid without going just way out of the way. Oh, Jenya.
Fire Rod. Maybe he's still going to do East Death Mountain, but he wants the Fire Rod just in case he wants to go into Turtle Rock, even though he's going to find out that he's not going to be able to.
Yeah, still a fair play since he knows he's going to need it for a couple of plays that he has outstanding.
Mystakin picking shrooms in the Graveyard Ledge Cave.
Seems like a good place to grow a fungus. We have a little Plants vs. Zombie action up there, right?
Yeah.
And gonna give us the immediate gratification here for a key to Ganon's Tower.
So Pachu really just needs to make that play back into Misery Mire, but I don't think he's gonna do it.
Yeah, when you're
Cane.
yeah, with the trip all the way in for the one chest to we're not sure what Mire is for yet. Maybe the Cane is sitting south of the Grove, and that would be like the worst scenario. Requiring that mirror, maybe in Swamp.
Yeah, it's seeming really likely that Cane is locked behind Mire.
Yeah, our top 2 guys just liking to follow each other around. Sort of a knockdown, drag out. Well, we've got some more divergence here in the bottom.
Yeah, so Pachu already did Ice Palace, but again, he did not get the mirror when he was in Mire the first time. So that's kind of why he's behind a little bit of Mystakin here. And he is running out of locations, though. He doesn't have a ton that he can check. In fact, the second he got that Misery Mire big key, he was probably thinking, please nothing inside that big chest.
Right. Don't make me go back.
His worst nightmares will be coming true shortly.
Yeah. And to respond to a question in chat, we already have the Swamp Small Key, having come out of the well in Kakariko Village. But the cape does, in fact, remain fairly well hidden. So who knows, that may be an important key after all. Mist is going for his bomb jump.
Yeah, based on what we know, it seems like they're locked out because of Cane, which is likely in Cave 45 or Swamp, and that's going to open up Turtle Rock and the rest of Misery Mire. You should be able to progress normally from there.
Yeah, the other item, quite elusive, is the Hookshot. I think with those, and depending on the prize for Turtle Rock. They're basically the 1 or 2 items, or I guess 2 or 3 from being in the item go mode. Who knows what keys they will need.
Yeah, the only ones we know they need, I think, are Thieves Town and Eastern Palace big keys.
Right.
And Ganon's Tower big key, of course.
Naturally.
The best troll item.
And 3 hammers takes out a Moldorm. Looks like Jenja will go for spins, having a bit of a hitbox advantage. Ooh. And just dancing around the borders of collision there. And takes it down. Patience is a virtue.
And then he learns it was all a waste of time.
And there is Pachu with the Mire and showing the frustration. But take heart, switch to Mire, warp out.
Yeah, so he wasn't really led astray for too long.
Yeah, ultimately that could have gone a lot worse. And in fact didn't go so bad at all. Smartly gonna take this over to Checkerboard Cave.
The fastest way for him to catch up now is probably to pick up that Fire Rod, get Skullwoods done. And if he can make that play into Swamp instead of going up to Death Mountain right away, it's going to be tough. I don't think he's going to do it, but...
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough choice.
He's going to Death Mountain without Fire Rod. There's just so many chests.
Yeah, it's hard to say no. Gotta go with the statistics on that one. And so it's gonna be a party on the mountain for 3 of our runners while Mystakin is about to face off against Cold Stare. See if they fare better than Pachu did. That could also represent a distinct advantage. Yeah, just going to town with that Tempered Sword. Gonna have to be a little careful at this point, but not too much to worry about as... Yeah, quick kill on 2 and close behind on the 3rd. Solid fight.
Alucard just got his master soap. I thought I was gonna go check Ether Tablet. Alucard still hasn't checked Sick Kid, right?
Well?
Or did he? No, he did. Did he not get a sword? Did he not go to East Death Mountain? Oh, I'm all kinds of confused now.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one he has or doesn't.
Was he one of the people that you said was in sync with picking up swords?
Yes, and he was one behind.
Yeah, so he hasn't done East Death Mountain?
I would guess so, as his opponent clears it now.
I'm so confused.
We're getting confirmation from one of our trackers that that is the case.
So, I guess he doesn't care about all those chests. Was Jenja picking up his Tempered Sword? Maybe he went so long without hammer he forgot. Well, he just used it, so he can't have forgotten. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've got Grove Cave, the Bombos tablet.
Yeah, looks like he's checking Cape 45 right now.
Yeah. And then maybe a trip in the swamp?
Is that the fourth sword?
That is.
That's easy butter.
Yeah. And Forerunners doing catfish is not something you see in most forms of this game, but in Keysanity, those out-of-the-way places can hold something of more value statistically more often. And money on bombos. Is that Jenja trying to hover there?
I don't think so.
Looked like he was taking a little bit of time getting off the platform, but maybe it was a frame skip. As Pachu takes out Moldorm, very nice.
I think this is the swamp play. I think it's real this time.
Bless RNG for a swamp play. Got Alu going for his fire rod. That's gonna be a good pickup too. Avoids the electric pickle.
Nope, K45. They're killing
Eh.
me.
Jabaited. Man, mistaken our first runner to unlock that tasty butter sword. Jenja right behind.
Alucard's gonna clear out Skull Woods. Jenja probably doing Bombo's Taillet.
I would think so. Either that or swamp play.
Maybe after, hopefully.
I know, we want it at this point. We are hungry for the information. But as our tracker points out, nobody wants to do that right now without the hookshot. Especially with an indeterminate prize at the end of it. Oh, and I misread. I was looking at the Mire question mark. Our tracker corrects me. Swamp is a crystal. Nice side shot with that fire rod from Alucard. Probably not intentional at all, but always fun to see the sprites give way to the inputs.
Usually it's the opposite for me.
Right.
I try to throw it down and it comes out the side, and that's not what I want.
I've definitely been there.
Happens to me on tracks.
Oh no.
Almost every time.
Yeah. Tempered Sword Mothula is gonna go down real smooth for Alucard here. I think it's one more. Oh, nope.
See, the problem is you don't know if your shots even count.
Yeah. Oh boy. There it is.
It's only 4 swipes with a Tempered Sword, but in reality you gotta hit him like 12 times.
Right, because of the lining up with the spikes and all. There's Tempered Sword and Quake for Pachu, who has made it to Eastern Death Mountain. Meanwhile, Mystakin checking out the castle tower, about to get to the terminus of that route branch. And Jenja having a wonderful time with that moth fight.
Okay, Mystakin is going to swamp. I'm 100% sure now.
Alright, here we go.
Thank you.
Into the swamp. But first, of course, the trip via the dam.
Alucard, no, he faked me out.
He's got something he wants to do, apparently. I guess take care of Malthea. Or wait, no, he was just there. What am I thinking? Had he skipped Big Chest?
Yes. I believe that's the case. No?
Huh?
Mire Graveyard Ledge?
Makes sense. And he'll end up taking that over to the witch and getting, what was it, a key to something? I guess Ganon's tower, if I remember right.
Yes. Yeah, it's hard to leave some of these locations behind, because if they have the hookshot and you go into swamp,
yeah,
you feel real bad. But it's just unlikely that any of these locations have it. We're coming up on an hour and a half, and the most crystals any one runner has is 2.
Stingy seed, but 2 items could blow it right open. And a fistful of keys. Alright. And Jenja and Alucard still just following each other around. And we might, at a certain point then, find all 4 of our runners in this swamp palace.
Mystakin picked up the cane.
Oh.
Immediately left.
That was in Swamp Palace then. Alright, well, as I said, a couple of items blow this open. The cane is going to be getting you to the end of Misery Mire here. The only thing that could really make them regret this, I think, is items leading to the hookshot, or the hookshot in whatever rest of swamp there was for them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just didn't do left side. I think it was in this room right here that Pachu's about to do.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is.
And he's gonna do left side.
If the hookshot ends up over here, this is gonna make up a ton of time for Pachu, who died fighting Cold Stare. Because it would be unlikely for Mystakin to just dive back in here.
Yeah, I've seen this too many times. It's gonna be empty.
Yeah. The only other thing I could really go to Pachu's favor in this particular short-sighted scenario would be if Mire is a pendant. And finally, in giving a strong description of Hookshot on Vitreous, it would be, yeah, be tough pickings for Pachu at that point.
Yeah, it's Vitreous or TR most likely.
It seems that way. But indeed, that mirror did block that cane, as we said. Meanwhile, Buttersword just slathering the eyeballs. Slathering, I mean slaughtering. And 2 silvers do the trick on the big eye. As there's our cape.
Was there a small key bumper
On the
key?
bumper ledge, that's correct. Is that a Thieves Town small key? We need the big key first.
It's probably something like Misery Mire.
Yeah, that'd be something, right? Get the cape from Vitreous to get a key you definitely no longer need. Like, I'd rather get another GT small key, to be honest. Or it could be that, 6th pod key. I don't think anybody has the 6th one among their 5.
Mystakin's got a TR big key, but only 2 small keys. So he's probably hoping for vanilla small key and TR, and you can finish it.
Yeah. And Pachu going for play back to Cold Stare, I guess? Or probably that Fire Rod.
Yeah, they do know now that I think...
Oh no!
Oh. Green mail, no.
Yeah, jeez. That is the remaining stinginess with the seed. At this point, while the Hookshot feels especially trolly, it is effectively just the last item. It could have been anything. And meanwhile, here in Turtle Rock, gonna get our first bit of info, or our first item. Some love. Appropriate on Valentine's Day, I suppose. Turtle Rock loves you back.
We'll see.
Yeah. It wants to spend more time with you, and that's why you don't have the Hookshot for this next room with Mystakin.
See if he remembers. He does.
Seems good. There we go. Jenja about to face off with the horde of eyeballs, known as Vitreous, and the Hookshot in Turtle Rock.
Yep.
Well.
Double dips required all over the place.
Yup. Your senses are keen today, too. You've been right on top of the just awful scent this seed has been leaving.
We're still missing a lot of big keys.
It's true. Mystakin is gonna at least take the time to keep poking around in this here dungeon, though, and I'd say that's a good move. Not a fast trip back up here in most cases. Executing the single shot on that quite well, picking up some blue mail. And I'll say I missed Jenja's Vitreous fight, and not for not wanting to try to catch it. It's just been that easy with this gear.
Yeah, they can pretty much kill anything with these.
Yeah, it's just armed for bear or Hinox, I guess.
So I think Jenny's gonna grab Bumper Cave. Did Mystakin do this?
I don't think they went up there yet, so this is gonna be fresh for us too. Alu putting the arrows to real good work there. And if I know these two at all from this seed, we expect Alucard's gonna be on Bumper Cave in a second as well.
Yeah, they've been synced up for a while, and really, again, the only difference is Jenya died to Cold Stare and didn't go back. And we know it is a crystal, so he's gonna have to.
Yeah, and oh, what was that key?
Ice Palace?
Ah, so... And Mystakin haven't worked their way down here. Checking out the Mimic Cave.
Did Mystakin check Vanilla Big Key? I saw in chat that he needs 4 keys.
Yeah, it looks like it based on chat. I happened to miss it. Shame on me. Vanilla Big Key was Rupee, implying yes, he done it. Alright, thank you, chat and trackers. So yeah, gonna... Oh no! The last pod key. In TR.
Pachu finishes up Malthula.
And chat asking about the prize at the end of Turtle Rock. Yes, as of yet, undetermined. It's going to be a toss-up between that and Pod.
So, this is the last chest he can check.
And he's ready for it. It's... Nope.
It's Vanilla!
Debated. Keep going.
Accidentally just Mire.
Yeah, really.
Boy.
For how quick you get input back after a vanilla key, too. Yeah. But I guess maybe he was prepped for an A press to get the text box out. So, wow, what a twist.
Wow, bailed out.
Yeah.
Now, if there's another one...
Yeah,
well, it still burns, because he could have just come in here, gotten that, done Laser Bridge, and then completed Trinix.
Yeah.
So it looks like TR could have been just full cleared in one go.
EP Big Key. And yeah, this looks like it set itself up pretty well. With the cane coming as the late item in the needed set. You couldn't even waste time on this.
So if TR is a crystal, I think we're just looking for Thieves Town Big Key and GT Big Key.
I would say that's correct, yeah.
I think that'd make Pod the last pendant.
Indeed. And there's Ice Palace Big Key.
Oh no, oh no.
That is notable.
Well, Jenya might get saved. Because if he's got to go back in there...
Yeah, this could be a big turn if that ends up being, say, that Thieves Town or potentially Pod Big Key. Looks like Alu's gonna end up in Turtle Rock as well. And Froshy reminding us in chat that the Fat Fairy now comes into view. Just a short Armos fight away.
Jenya bailing out?
Oh. I guess really likes that hook shot. Huh. Well. Yeah, I guess the main thing after Hookshot was Pod Key. Oh, and Eastern Palace Big. And then the potential,
Yeah, it's an interesting decision, because as far as he knows, TR could be a pendant, and there could be nothing else in there.
Yeah.
So he's gonna finish Swamp, hoping for either more intel or more items.
Yeah, Well, there's Hookshot for Alu. I guess, if I had to guess, it's gonna be Swamp, Ice. If no info after that, hope TR is the last crystal, and be banking on the nice route to Ganon's Tower. But even then, the big key's still at large for Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, and Jenya didn't get the IP big key either.
Right, and so that still kind of floats as a
If
bidder on that suite.
If he goes in and kills Cold Stare and goes back to TR and gets the IP big key.
Right. And Alu gonna opt out here too.
Wow.
So, I mean, again, these guys just following each other around for it. But going to Hookshot Cave, yeah.
Jenya skipped Hookshot Cave, right? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. And muscle memory there, getting him to the first chest that he cleared earlier. Powder. Another gate to 1. And there's Steve's Town big key. Wow. Or small key.
Hope you like fetch quests.
Yeah. It's definitely a thing. Alright, we're into the back of Swamp Palace for Jenya. We're into the back of Eastern Palace for Mystakin. And we're gonna be in the back of Batcave in a second for Alu. And Pachu going to the back of Graveyard to finish out the quartet. Easy peasy with the silvers. The Dark Palace big key on the back of Eastern. There's BK for Ganon's Tower and Swamp. Alright. These last couple of bits are, I think, all but tied off with the Thieves Town big key still at large.
Mystakin's gonna finish pod.
It looks like it. Oh man. And that gold sword just tearing down those puffs. Man. Oh, almost getting the 2.
I think he left left side alone.
He might have.
And he didn't find anything for immediate progression.
Yeah, might see the trip back in, or maybe just a rush over to Cold Stare. We'll see. But either way, oh yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a sync up. And Mystakin with a nice hammer dash. You get up the wall, get rid of the pots quick, and putting the cane to nice use there. All right.
Alucard doesn't have the Swamp Palace big key. He doesn't know that it's useless, but it could troll him later on.
Yeah, similar to potentially the Ice Palace big key for Jenya. We might see sort of simultaneous what would be triple dips for big chests.
I still am a little irked that Alucard has not checked Light World East Death Mountain.
You're right, he hasn't. He's still untempered. So many keys, or so many chests there.
Yeah, that's where the Swamp Palace big key was.
Right. But he's getting along well enough in this seed, so... As we are getting a Helmassar fight from Mystakin. Got 2 chips on the mask, and it'll pop off soon. There it is.
We're gonna find out.
Oh, and just the jukes with King Helmassar today. 3rd time's the charm, though.
Last bit of info on crystals and pendants.
Yeah, this is very interesting. What will we see? A shield upgrade and a pendant. Turtle Rock is our last crystal.
So Pachu never goes back to Pod. This is some time he can make up.
Absolutely. Oh. Yeah, and as you mentioned before, that made Turtle Rock potentially a one-go.
So Pachu takes all that damage from Chain Chomps and then picks up the blue man.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, the powder being in Hookshot Cave doesn't help in a dungeon full of anti-fairies.
Other than sword upgrades being fairly plentiful in the mid-game, this seed hasn't done them any favors.
Yeah, it's been moments of a lot of big stuff, and
Pachu, he's dancing with death.
yeah. And Jagger bringing up a good question. It does seem... Oh. With the jukes.
He skips that middle chest.
Yeah, it's gonna bode well for him. But Jagger asking about the big chest in Pod, and I don't think we've seen it.
We have not. I think Mystakin skipped it.
Yeah, right to the back.
If Pachu can survive, which, he used a potion.
Alright.
And he can clean up Trinex, it will be a one-shot TR for him.
Yeah, and that'll be great. And that should be the info they need to avoid Pod for the most part.
Right. So he can get back in this. Alucard is thinking, possibly.
Yeah, the Eastern Palace big key is up in Turtle Rock that he passed up the ditch early.
Jenny doesn't have a key.
Well, there was the vanilla one before the big key door.
And he didn't do vanilla. He left before doing vanilla. Big key?
Yeah, left early, so...
Yeah, so if he skips this, he'll be in good shape.
Yeah, and we'll make up his ice palette debt in some way.
Yeah, Alucard's kind of stalling right now.
Yeah, it seems...
Sure.
Huh. Yeah, the only thing I can think of that would really give him a nudge would be to do the rest of Turtle Rock to get that Eastern Palace big key.
He must have forgotten something. Because I think he knows he can continue in Turtle Rock.
Right. It feels like there's something else, and I'm struggling to think of it myself apart from Eastern Death Mountain.
Is he checking Lumberjack?
Yeah, he might be double checking. Oh, Alu is a key short from that skip of Eastern Death Mountain for Turtle Rock.
Oh, is there a...
Yeah.
Yeah, he forgot about Paradox Cave.
That's what it's seeming like. Because, I mean, at this point...
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense, because no one skips Paradox
Right,
Cave.
and with the... He did Hookshot Cave on the way out, and didn't even think of it then, so...
Man. I don't know
That's
how
gonna be rough.
Maybe he remembered. No. I mean, if you think you've done Paradox Cave...
Yeah, I mean...
When is he going to go back and check it?
Right. It's not like it's all that quick. Give Alu your energy, though. We want to see the seed finish up nice and close for these top guys and these bottom guys.
Yeah, this is... If he figures this out about now, I think that might even him up.
Yeah. He's thinking Ice Rod.
He didn't get the Ice Palace big key. He is... Oh, no. This is unfortunate.
Did he skip Iced Tea or something? But Jenja giving a little humorous display of frustration at the vanilla Turtle Rock key that he found before this platform maze.
Yeah, not just in Keysanity, but in Randomizer in general. Vanilla things are
They're the least expected.
They're the trolliest for the most part. I mean, Hookshot and Swamp, Hammer and Pod, things like this are...
Yeah. Nice use of the Samaria block there by Jenja. Have to be careful as the health gets down. Just to be responsible on these platforms and, yeah, putting the invincibility item to work.
So he's missing a key to complete this. Pachu cleans up Trinex, so that's a huge advantage he's got on every other player. He one-shot this.
Very nice. And a solid fight to boot. Did a little dancing with the heads at first, but got it done. Oh man. So, yeah, we're at a bit of a...
Yeah, the good news for Pachu is he has what it takes to finish Swamp, Eastern, and Skullwoods, and Ice Palace.
Right, and even has the big key now on his trip back in, so won't be making a triple of that if they elect to do it that way.
So all he's looking for is the Thieves Town...
Oh, and Alu remembers.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah, thank goodness.
It's a little late. I think he's kind of given up his lead, but he's not too far behind.
Right, at the very least, this will be an actual race now, as opposed to 5 minutes longer, and Jenja would have been looking at finishing the thing, depending on just 1 or 2 more keys. And there's Swamp Big.
Right now, he's really upset.
Because he's done Swamp.
Yeah, right now he's thinking, oh no, Swamp Palace Big Chest is But he's gonna get bailed out here.
Yeah.
Hopefully he goes to Turtle Rock first.
Yeah, hopefully that's the play, especially given we want to see him get over to Super Bunny Cave as well.
Yeah, he's doing this
Wow.
bomb jump, so he's doing
Yep.
Turtle Rock.
And these guys can't get away from following each other even a little in more of a indirect sense as Jenya's going for a bomb jump themselves.
Yeah, that's the sprite sprite is difficult to do bomb jump with, because at least for me, because it's so completely different.
Right,
It covers up the shadow, and dimensions are a little different.
right.
Yeah, so whoever gets out of either Turtle Rock or Ice Palace first is going to have a slight advantage. And Pachu's just got some dungeons to make up, but he does have that Turtle Rock advantage on Mystakin.
Yeah,
So he's
rather long
fairly
dungeon.
close. Yeah. And we're getting a Fat Fairy check.
Nice.
We're just looking for that Thieves Town Big Key.
The Ganon's Tower Big Key was in Swamp Palace to answer chat. And then, did Jenya go right for Cold Stare here?
Yeah.
So still no Ice Palace Big Chest. Someday.
Interesting. Did he check it? It's on the way. He had to have checked it.
I hope so. But Alu electing for the Vanilla Big Key chest, and
There it is. Fat Fairy.
what was it? Which one? Thieves Town?
Thieves Town Big Key.
Oh man. And that's everything but Mystakin needs one TR key, I guess, depending on use.
Correct.
All right.
Hopefully
Well,
it's bailed out by Thieves Town having it.
that'd be great.
And he's got the small key, so
He'll certainly be wanting to finish all the item locations in there until that TR key is found. And then it's just boom, blind, done. But oh man.
Pachu got the Dark Palace Big Key. Hopefully he doesn't get baited there. He should know. I think he knows what all the crystals are.
Yeah. And I guess the only thing we didn't really see of it was the big chest. And so Alu getting his pod key, but should know well enough by now.
This would
Or
have
I
been
guess we'll know at the end of this that
This would have
pod's
been
not needed.
super trolly if this chest up here had been a location that leads to a TR small key.
Oh man, yeah.
Could have easily done that. Riot Shield for Mystakin.
Woot. Alu getting rid of the beeps while Jenya finds that half magic in the eastern big chest. Yeah, and tough to say who's in the lead in either race at this point. There's a couple of items that we kind of know where they are, but these guys don't, and so when they get there.
Yeah, as long as I don't miss anything, Jenja and Mystakin seem to have a slight advantage.
Yeah. Alu's gonna dance with the devil here and pay for it.
He would have survived if he hadn't fallen off.
Oh, fairy though, so it's just as well.
I was wondering why he was gambling it, not just using the door.
Yeah. Buddy? Oh, out of keys? Yeah.
Yeah, he checked that middle chest.
Yeah, it took me a second. Alright.
I've seen a lot of triple dips today.
Indeed, this is well, hope you brought your chips.
And Jenja taking the bait.
We'll see if we get that big chest. Looks like, well, I'm sure we will since he went this way, not through the bow bridge. Or?
Nope.
I took the bait. Meanwhile, Thieves Town finished up and
he got his keep.
oh, he did. Oh man. Alright, so once you can get in done with Thieves Town, this one's all yours.
Yep, Mystakin is off to the races here.
Yeah, requiring the trip to the Pyramid Ferry.
We haven't said the magic words, but Mystakin is, in fact, in go mode.
Oh,
Ooh,
indeed.
Hyrule Castle small key in the Ice Palace big chest.
Oh, yeah. The value.
Yeah. So yeah, Pachu's just basically got to finish the dungeons available to him, and he should be all set. He's just a little bit behind.
Right, not needing to do anything after that Thieves Town play, but definitely needing to get to the Fat Fairy.
Oh, that's true. He's kind of put off Skull Woods.
Yeah, and we'll see if that one goes before or after an eventual Thieves Town. But down goes the Helmasaur King as the armor's fight is starting on our top pair.
I didn't mention it, but Jenja taking the bait into pod means Alucard can get right back in this if he doesn't do pod.
Yeah. I guess the real trick here is how much. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Pachu tying up the loose end there in Ice Palace. Very nice. But, how much does Alu want to do Pyramid Fairy right now? And it looks like none.
He's going into pod. They just love... They're like the same person.
Right, and seriously, they've been on each other's tail back and forth this entire race. Even this last bit with the Helmasaur fight and the Armos fight is like a trans-dimensional high five.
This isn't a co-op, is it?
Right. Or a new event here in the Rando Olympics, the synchronized Rando.
Yeah.
Well, Jenny gonna have to take another stab at this bomb jump. Thinks that's fine. I have the key.
Yeah, this is hard to think of when you're in the moment, but Pachu could have done Skull Woods before Swamp and then gone right up to do Fat Fairy. But
yeah, it would have been a rather clever turn on that.
the Hookshot is the most recent progression he's gotten, so I can see how it would direct his attention here.
Indeed. Trinex fight just beginning now for Mystakin. Gold sword makes this real simple.
Yeah, one of the easier fights to do.
Alright. Jenya's hitting this warp. I can only imagine it's for the Pyramid Fairy.
Mystakin's gonna be the first to enter Ganon's tower.
Yeah, how about it?
I'm thinking back of how he could have routed better, and he routed it pretty much as well as you can. And it seems like sub 2 is just an impossibility for this seed.
Yeah, the things you really want to put together for this one are just not allowed with the way the seed was. As we were saying, all race, just double dip, triple dip, absolutely required in pretty much every case.
Yeah, you had to go into Pod to get the Misery Mire Big Key, so that you could go back to Mire to get the Mirror.
The Mire. To even get access to Swamp, which had the cane, so you could go beat Mire.
Yeah, Mire, get a Turtle Rock, get the Hookshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was
Swallowed
rough.
the spider, just swallowed the fly, and I don't know why they swallowed the fly. But yeah, Jenya with that Thieves Town Big Key, gonna be very glad to go put that to use and get this thing moving for him again. And Alu using that gold sword on the Helmassar King. Easy takedown. Well, 49 arrows is probably enough for Mystakin here. A real nice second Mimic Room. Taking advantage of the free key dash there. Yeah, gotta be on, it's like every 4th pixel for that to work. Run through the door without bonking.
So let's see if Alucard continues to follow the leader.
Looks like it.
This is amazing, considering how chaotic this seed has been.
Yeah, there's been a couple of deviations for them, but for the most part...
There's been a lot of back and forth. Alucard had a lead for a while, and Jenya took it back.
Mystakin putting this good equipment kit to work in the gauntlet now. Not getting any help from that mirror shield though with the Beamos though.
Yeah, they're pretty annoying.
Yeah. Pachu is awestruck of their Swamp Palace crystal. And solid 1-cycle ammo. Usually see people go from the middle, but taking the sort of side stance and getting them in.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, it seems like it takes a bit extra timing there.
Oh, Alucard's checking the Swamp Big Chest.
Oh, man. Well, for the order he had found those things in, you can see why it's heavy on his mind. He had let off Eastern Death Mountain for so long.
Just to get debated.
Indeed. Yeah, and that's gonna obviously lengthen the gap here. Or widen it, rather. Meanwhile, Mystakin the ongoing march up the tower. And chat asking Jenya in go mode. Yes, indeed.
He is right now.
Oh yeah, because he was in need of a turtle rock key, huh?
Yep.
Right.
Mystakin giving Ganon's Tower the business here.
Absolutely. Moldy 2 goes down easy. Opens that last chest just for kicks. Absolutely.
Pachu making the right play as well, doing Skull Woods and going right to Fat Fairy.
Very nice. And everybody keeping this one moving. Meanwhile, Alu, yeah, moving his bomb along as well. Taking just a slight detour off of Jenya's tail, as we were remarking earlier. And right back on.
Just missing on those.
Yeah, Agate 2 mostly playing pretty nice. Some of the angles just a bit off here for Mystakin, but down goes Agate 2. I think that was a 0 blue.
I didn't see any blue balls.
Yeah. There's money and Thieves Town key for Pachu.
So Pachu just got Thieves Town left, and Jenya just got the rest of Turtle Rock, which is probably just to go to kill the boss. And Alucard's got to do both of those things. And Mystakin is going to probably make this an easy-looking Ganon fight.
Most certainly with that gold sword. Getting the iframes off the hookshot. All standard issue stuff, well executed. And into phase 3, very nice. That's what you like to see. When you wait for the stop, you get a hit in before he jumps. So heaven knows you don't want fire bats. And doing great at it. And getting out a little extra energy on him too. Alright. So it's a long telly set, 2 shorties, and we're back to like, hey, remember how the route in this seed was like this?
Yeah.
Now I'm over here, now I'm over there. And torch glitch gotten. Very nice. Oh, just missing the hit on that one, but not too bad. I'm wanting the triple there, but only being able to get the double. I think they actually showed the restraint and, yeah, had even let off the 3rd arrow. Great fight.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah, GG to Mystakin, gonna take this one. Just has one little bridge to walk over first.
That's going to put him at 3-0.
Wow, yeah.
So,
Congrats.
an official SRL time of 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 23 seconds.
Yeah. Spam those emotes. It's in Wild's chat. Go ahead and get all your favorite congratulatories in. It looks like they're already here in the setup room, and with GT climbs just a ways off. We'll get them in for the interview. Mystakin, congrats, 3-0.
No, I thought I was screwed, dude.
I think everyone feels that way on this one.
The second I used that key in Turtle Rock, I was like, I was like, I should just not forfeit. This is over.
I think only Pachu, your opponent out of the 4-pack here, hadn't done it, but had let off some other plays for a while, and so you were able to make the better of it.
I was so lucky that the last key was in Thieves.
Oh yeah, that was a great turn of events there.
I was like, oh my god, because I was like, it's gonna be an ice big chest.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
No, yeah, it's gonna be in some crazy spot. I'm gonna have to fight Landmalas for it. Sahazrala's gonna have it.
Well, there was a key in Ice Pal's big chest, but it was the Hyrule Castle.
Oh, okay.
See, there would have been maybe a slight celebration and then great disappointment had you made that play.
There's a lot of that as I was trying to find it.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was the key at Bumper Cave, and I was like,
oh yeah,
that'll be Turtle Rock key. Nope.
Yeah.
It's
But
ice.
I think so. Yeah. Your Mothula fight. You blew out all the stops, all of them.
I was low on health. I was like, I don't have any bottles.
Yeah.
I have a bee.
I have a green potion. All right, Caneburna, a bee, sword, everything.
I'm gonna release this bee, and then I'm gonna do slow motion for the rest of this fight.
Right. Hey, pulled it off, and that's what counts. That's how you get to the winner's circle. So, congrats again on that. Any other thoughts or big moments from this one?
Oh man, it's just really that the moment that sticks out to me is when I just muscle memoried my way through that door.
Yeah.
Because that cost me several minutes. Not just having to do the dungeon again, but also of searching.
Right.
Before I could find the key I needed.
And now you said muscle memory. You come into Link to the Past randomizer from an NMG background, I guess?
100%.
Oh, 100%, right, yeah.
See, I used to run 100%, which is actually, it's nice when I have Gold Sword because I'm practiced in the Gold Sword fight for Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
And for the Arrows fight for Ganon.
Indeed.
Yeah, the main difference between you and your opponent was you went to Pod and he went to Mire. And the Mire big key was in Pod.
Oh, that's right.
That's the main difference. Pachu had kind of delayed going back to Mire because he had already been in there. And he didn't get his mirror until late.
That mirror. Oh my god, that mirror.
Yeah, it pretty much unlocked everything. Fire Rod, Cane inside of Swamp. And then
that's right, it was in the big chest there, wasn't it? In Mire.
Yeah, yep.
It was, yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this was the seed brought to you by whatever your favorite brand of tortilla chips is, because it was all the dips, man.
Yeah, I definitely got fairly lucky. I didn't have to do too many. I don't think I triple dipped anything. I might have.
Well, no, you were pretty resolute about Turtle Rock, even with the key usage. The two runners up top, I think both ended up triple.
They left when they got Hookshot, so...
Yeah. And then pushed a little further, and then needed to get keys again elsewhere, I think.
Yep.
Oh, I technically triple dipped. Or did I? Did I do 3 dips in the... No, I think I only did 2 in the Swamp. I thought I did 3.
Yeah, I think just 2, because...
No, I did 3.
Oh.
Because I did the... I had to get... What was in the chest there?
The big chest? Or just at all?
The chest before it, because there was an item in there that was important.
Oh,
the cane.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you
and
got
then
the cane on the
out.
left. Yeah.
And then I went back to get stuff, or to beat Argus, and then I went back in to get the last 2 chests.
Right.
So I could mirror out after.
I don't think that counts as a triple dip.
Yeah. Well,
you didn't have
at
to
the very
flood
least,
it, so.
Exactly. I was gonna say without the setup on it, it's like a 2.5. But yeah, either way, ended up doing the best of all to unravel the mess this seed was.
Yeah. Besides the TR vanilla big key chest, I don't think you could have made any better decisions, honestly.
It didn't feel like it.
Yeah, I mean, this was just what this seed was.
This was like a stealth troll seed.
Yeah, big dearth at the beginning. What, mitts within like 20 minutes or something like that?
Yeah, that was actually rough. You were the only one that didn't do bottle vendor, I think, at the very beginning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I skipped it for bombs.
Yeah. Well,
Actually, you got the flute, which took you right back there.
Yeah, I lucked out with that.
Yeah. That and the 401k in the back of Sahasrara, making any investments needed possible.
Yeah, he had 700 rupees.
Yeah, it was wild, right?
I was like, Zora's got to have something. Zora,
Zora Ledge was good though, so that was all right. Yeah. Oh man.
So what's it like to rob an old man?
Are you proud of
good,
yourself? Yeah.
frankly.
Hey, to go 3-0, why not? All right, we got our last runner's going to be getting over to GT then, with a finish of Trine X by Alucard. Yeah.
Everyone else is pretty on pace with. Or, well, I guess because you got 2 people in the gauntlet.
Right.
Yeah, so Alucard somehow forgot Paradox Cave.
Oh no, I've done that before. That's awful.
Yeah, and he might have made a proper triple dip of Swamp then.
Yes, he did. He
Yeah.
checked Swamp Big Chest before doing Fat Fairy.
Yeah, which led him to finish Thieves Town and then end up with his key for Turtle Rock. So. And we've got a big pause on Jenja's side.
The timer stopped. I hope that's a stream issue and not a
And not a power outage or anything.
Yeah.
Oh man. So close. Let's
Seed claims yet another.
Oh, he's in Agatu now. We're good.
Okay. Oh lord.
Yeah, the top of Ganon's tower. Probably the last place you want to have technical difficulties.
He despawned his stream. Nah. Yeah. Alright, and nice work to him as he goes into his Ganon fight.
When I'd originally gone to Turtle Rock, I was functioning under the assumption that Swamp was going to be the last pendant I needed. Or not needed, the last pendant.
Right.
And then I found the Hookshot and I was like, this is bad. This is a bad omen. And then when I messed up the keys, I was like, God, I hope Turtle Rock's the last pendant so I don't have to do this again.
Right. And then when you get that the pod big key on the back of Eastern, it's like, how do you not?
Yeah, I was like, okay. At this point, as long as Pod and Swamp aren't the pendant,
Right.
I'm set. I didn't mess up. This is like next level plays right now.
And no one ended up checking Pod Big Chest, so we'll never know.
I thought Jenja went in. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but I mean,
He went
obviously.
back after Helmasaur King? Because I know he went to Helmasaur King first. Remember he faked you out?
Oh, yeah, he did. Never mind. I faked myself out in a memory.
I like that 173 collection rate without doing Ganon's Tower Basement. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, wow. Well, there goes Jenja for the Ganon fight, taking it down easy.
GG, Jenja.
Meanwhile, Pachu's gonna enter it soon. As Agatu goes down. Jenja with the official 2:24 and 30 seconds there. So let's get another a second round of spamming the emotes.
Oh, I missed the first round.
Yeah. That being, of course, you saw the congratulatory text from the Triforce.
Yeah.
Alright, and Pachu going to work on it.
Pachu, you should have an easy time cleaning the rest of this Ganon fight up.
Yeah. And you had remarked, Mystakin, that your roots are in 100% and having the gold sword and all that, and it definitely showed.
Yeah, like
This was down to the hookshot timing and everything. Yeah.
This was my kind of seed because, like fairly early golden sword, butter sword,
Right.
extremely early silvers. Like, I think I was using silvers for the first hour of the game because they're just better than the sword.
Right. Alu onto his Aga 2.
And we got Jenja. GG, Jenja.
Hey, what's up?
Congrats.
I don't know what happened.
You got yanked all over the place by the sea.
Yeah.
I think is what happened.
I mean, I ran out of tables and walls to bang my head against. I just don't know. I mean, I'm sorry. Apologies, Sterling, for the disconnect at the end. Little
That's
bit
all
spicy, though.
right. We were anxious for you, but then you
Last
popped into
man
Aga
splicing.
2.
Yeah, we were just glad it was a stream issue and not a like computer or power.
No, it was I don't know. I don't know what that was. I don't know.
These things happen.
So Turtle Rock seemed to be kind of the key to wasting a lot of time. Did you mean to check the vanilla big chest and?
Yeah, the
Vanilla
key
big
is
chest?
the key is the right keyword here. Oh my, double pun. Double pun.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point when I was there at the vanilla big key chest, I was like, okay, you know, I only have a handful of chests left, and I still have so many other big keys that I need and another small key, and I just didn't know what to do at that point, and I decided to pick it up. Of course, it was nothing. Of course, I found the last small key in the laser before the laser bridge. I don't know. This was one of the worst experiences I've ever had in the entire scene. Really, it was just.
It was a lot of back and forth, like.
Oh.
And then
God.
if you go back and watch it, your cold stare fight. Was it yours
Oh.
and Pachu's? I had just remarked how hard cold stare hits.
Yeah. It was weird. I mean, I kind of expected to die because, you know, with green mail, I knew that I only took one hit, then I'm dead, but I was hit in a weird spot where I didn't expect a hit there, and I don't know, it was kind of weird.
It seemed very sudden, and not just for the hard hit, but
Yeah.
that it was a weird timing, but you still made the best of it, and that was more why I brought it up, so
Yeah.
excellent work on that.
And if you
As
do
Alu
watch,
takes down Ganon.
yeah, if you do watch it back, you might get confused on which stream is actually yours and which one's Alucard. 'Cause you guys were basically doing the exact same thing. The only difference was he somehow forgot Paradox Cave, and I'm looking forward to asking him about that.
I see.
Yeah, that ended up spelling the big gap between you two at the end, but we can go into that more once he arrives.
Yeah, my biggest gripe and my absolute biggest mistake is that I completely forgot about Misery Mire. That was a horrible realization when I ran out of chests and I was like, where am I? Oh, right, you need bombos for Misery Mire. Oh, yeah, you're an idiot. That was pretty dumb.
You're an idiot. I agree.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Alucard.
No.
Hi,
The
Alan.
first thing I heard coming in here is you're an idiot. I'm like, yup. You got me pegged. You got me.
How did you not win this? Come on.
Alu. GG all the same. This was a bear of a seed, as we've been discussing.
So
Yeah.
how did you forget Paradox Cave?
I just blanked. Like I was trying to think of like the next thing to do. I'm guessing. Like I don't really know what I was thinking at the time, but like I think I just forgot to go. Like I was planning on mirroring and checking that location because I had done Spiral Cave. I opened the portal and then I was gonna mirror and then I was gonna check all that. But then like I think I was starting to think about what's the next move, and I just like blanked on actually executing.
Yeah. And I mean, for the way this was, too, it was okay, well, I got something. I obviously have to go there now because I have to go everywhere in this seed.
And double dip everything.
Yup.
Yeah, when you're thinking about places that you might have forgotten, usually Paradox Cave isn't up there, like maybe like Catfish and that kind of stuff is.
Right.
But yeah, you had a slight lead after Ice Palace. You and Jenya were basically synced up for most of this seed.
Cool.
Jenya took a death to Cold Stare,
Oh, ouch.
and you had a lead for a while there. So it was pretty interesting how you guys were doing the exact same things.
Yeah, absolutely. Super tight race. Only right up to just the bit with Paradox. So, I mean, you guys really showing your stuff.
I'm
Already
impressed that Mystakin did so well. That was extremely impressive. So props to you.
Well, about that, I also wasted that Turtle Rock Big Key just complete through muscle memory, and then was like, man,
Yeah, 3 of you unfortunately used that small key in Turtle Rock for the vanilla Big Key chest, and it was garbage.
That was me trying to make gambles, actually. I thought about it. But at that point, I was like, I had forgot Paradox Cave. Like, the Thieves Town Big Key needs to be here for me to win. Let's make all the gambles.
Same, dude. I was literally the same.
Oh, man.
I'll be entirely honest. I may have lucked out in this. I forgot Thieves Town existed until way after Turtle Rock.
We also have Pachu in here.
Oh yeah, welcome Pachu, GG.
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 Yeah.
Unfortunate that you were the only one that went into Mire early.
There was nothing there.
Yeah,
Well, until the
I-
mirror.
Till
Yeah.
the mirror, but
Yeah.
without the big key, it didn't do me any good.
Yeah, it seemed like all the signals early were pointing to Mire and
Mhm.
Pod. And the other 3 runners went to Pod, got the Mire Big Key, and that was kind of the big payoff in Mire, unfortunately for you.
I
Other than that and the Death to Cold Stare, you had probably been making all the correct plays because you were the only one to do TR in one shot.
all through that seed, I didn't feel like I was making good plays. It felt like nothing was paying off the way I wanted it to.
Same.
Yeah, everyone. It was just a garbage seed.
Yeah, that was trash. Like, I love Keysanity, but I never want to play anything like that again.
This was such a rare bad seed where it's like, I can't even describe. It's not like there's one thing about it that sticks out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's just like something to. Everything you tried to do was wrong.
It felt like there
Yeah.
were so many 50-50s, or like, I don't know, 33-33-33s, or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
there were so many of those, and like, you just had to pick the right one.
Hmm.
Yeah. The one thing wrong with this seed was its item chain. Just
It was
front to back.
disgusting,
Uh,
that chain.
But I mean, gave you guys a real chance to show off and show your stuff, and if nothing else, you had pretty good equipment for a lot of it. So, you know, if you have to run everywhere, at least you can do it almost quickly.
Yeah.
By no fault of your own, of course.
I don't know. There were so many things in the sea where you just got baited so hard. Like, I don't know. Even in the end, when I was like, okay, you know, I still don't know what the last crystal or what the last pendant dungeon is.
Yep.
So I'm like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
let's be smart and go into the dark world. So if the big key to pod is an Eastern, I can complete pod. And what do we find? We find the big key. I'm like, yeah, nice. It's a pendant. Nothing's in there. Great.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's so many things that just yep, jebaited
Yep.
completely.
Yeah.
I grabbed that big pizza pod out of Eastern. I'm like, great, the one time I don't think to set a portal. I'm halfway through the Dark World on the right side. And I'm like, let me check my map first. Oh, everything else is a crystal. Great, that's a waste of time. Great.
Yeah, you were, Pachu, the only one to not complete pod, which obviously, in terms of route, was correct.
There was nothing correct about this seed. Let's be honest.
You know what? Point taken. Got me there. Oh, man.
Yeah, the worst part about it was you had to go to Pod to get Hammer and the Misery Mire Big Key, but it was like impossible to get to Pod with what you had. You had to start
Yeah,
on the west side of Dark World and walk all the way to the other side and then
Yeah.
hop in the river.
Yep. I was like, oh, at least I get to route Graveyard Legend. Easily doing this. I don't want to, but it's there.
Yeah.
I mean, I have 177 items collected.
Wow, so do I.
If you
Oh, yeah.
if you add the 26 chests out of Ganon's tower,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
solid.
203.
Yeah.
That's insane. It's just
What?
insane.
167. Huh.
Yeah. That puts you at the lowest, Pachu. So. Yeah, and Mystakin with the solid 173, so. Good lord.
Yeah, I was afraid it was gonna turn into a G Tower Big Key hunt for a while there.
Oh yeah.
And then Swamp happened. I was like, okay, I guess we're a little bit saved. I
Right.
already know what I have had to do to get this in the first place.
Was anybody kind of worried about how late the first crystal was too? I think it was the first crystal we saw was 57 or 58 minutes.
Yeah, it was
Oh, yeah.
right close to the hour mark.
Just doing so much and obtaining so little as far as crystals.
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half in. I was like, I have 2 crystals and 2
Yeah.
lovely.
What is life? Yeah.
Because you could do Hera earlier, but that was a pendant.
There wasn't anything in Hera. That was just a big trash fire of a dungeon.
Yeah, I'm looking
Hold on.
over. Yeah.
Tile room was there. I did tile room. That was worth it.
I did everything. Everything, literally.
I did everything but the Ice Palace big chest. So,
Even that I
and
did.
Ganon's Tower, obviously, but and Paradox Cave.
Alu forgets Paradox Cave, then forgets he did Paradox Cave.
That's right.
Well played on what will maybe be a famously bad seed. But any other
It's like-
thoughts you guys want to give?
It's like the seed that you give to new friends that want to try out Keysanity for the first time. Here you go. Have a good seed. Here you go.
Yeah,
Take
when your
this one.
friends want to try Keysanity, but you really
Yeah.
just play open.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh no, just thanks guys for sticking it out and commentating through the
Oh.
whole thing.
I mean, it's entertaining from this end, but
I saw all these good players. I'm like, this is going to be a quick one.
Yeah.
All 4.
So
then you see
that's who cursed us.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I think I have some responsibility for the big 20s at the beginning of the seed.
Yeah, you asked for them.
I asked how many of the first 2 spawn chests were going to be them, and then I was just like, what about the first like 20?
What about the 700 rupees in the back of Sarashala's
That was
hut? What was
amazing.
that?
Yeah, taking this retirement plan, that was huge.
I was like, well, that was a waste of a Houlihan room to start off with.
Yeah. But I mean, statistically, that's a way stronger play in Keysanity too, though. So
Oh, absolutely.
you'll play this for years and probably not see that again. But
Yeah, with that, I guess. Thank you guys very much for commentating and also for tracking Sifa Lane down there.
yeah,
Hope
thanks
you
again.
still enjoyed.
Oh, absolutely. And we're looking forward to seeing more from all 4 of you as these Swiss rounds continue. Obviously, you guys are each in pretty good standing at this point to still have a chance in the brackets. So, thanks again, and good luck with the oncoming matches, or upcoming rather.
Thanks. Good luck, guys.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Good luck to y'all.
And Gloin, how about you? Any final thoughts?
Yep. Thanks to the trackers, D2 Kemps and Filane. Give them a follow on Twitch. They did a really nice job. Tracking Keysanity is awful, and they did a great job of it.
Yeah, definitely quite a few more buttons and even some smaller ones to click to make sure we keep those keys up to date. So cheers to them for that. With that, I've been Epibliticus, joined here by Gloin. Thank you for tuning into this, a Keysanity tournament race on Speed Gaming 2. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, night, or evening, wherever you are.
Yeah, I think there's another race coming up on this channel at 10 Eastern, so you guys can stick around for that.
Oh yeah, that's just 15 minutes if you don't want to do the time zone math. And from my end, good night, everybody.